into Shalom Aleichem. Move into Shalom. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon. Mi melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Shalom, shalom aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu Nil Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malchei Hamlachim, HaKadosh, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Shabbat Shalom. I feel like I'm playing peekaboo behind the corn over there. And I hated to pull you out of the actual sukkah, but what a glorious, magnificent sukkah we have right here in our sanctuary. Sukkot is a holiday full of paradoxes. We erect a building, a structure, to mark the holiday and the festival of journeys. And we leave the shelter and the comforts of our home for a week just as it's starting to get a little cold and rainy. Those paradoxes come together to pose the question, what is the true source of shelter in our life? And Sukkot comes to answer, of course, clearly not in the human constructs of bricks or mortar, the security of wood or walls. Rather, our sense of security, our strength, our hopes for peace are grounded not in the physical, but in our relationship with God and one another. So this Shabbat, we lean into the paradox a little bit. Despite 24 hours of some headlines that have our hearts heavy or fearful, we rejoice in the bounty of our blessings. And as we've been singing these words on page 142, we beckon those Shabbat angels to join us, to bless us with peace.
Seidchem l'shalom, malachei hashalom, malachei elyon, mi melech malchei hamlachim, hakadosh baruch hu. Shalom aleichem, Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Mi melech malchei hamlachim Hakadosh Hakadosh Baruch Hu.
Among the great many blessings we celebrate this Shabbat, we are especially joyous as we know that Rafa Carlos and Sophie Ingram are going to be called to the Torah tomorrow morning as B'nai Mitzvah. I want to invite them and their parents to join us here on the Bima. Moms, excuse me. So Dana and Lynn, please join us with your children as we kindle these Shabbat lights. You can find the blessing on page 120. Sorry, dads, there's not enough room on the Bima this week. Page 120. Sorry.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Oh no. Super fancy.
They might be too fancy. I know. You can still strike it if you want.
Oh my God.
How many Jews does it take to light Shabbos candles?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lechalik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen. Shabbat shalom. Mazel tov.
Team effort holding up the Kiddush cup. Oh, they're leaving.
Did you want them to stay? Okay. We continue with Kiddush, page 123, rising. If you're at home, lift your glass. We add a little sweetness to our Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh bereshit ki hu yom techila lemikrae kodesh zecher letziat Mitzrayim ki vanu v'acharta ve'otanu kidashta mikol hamim v'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava uvratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen.
L'chaim.
L'chaim. You may be seated. We begin our service of Kabbalat Shabbat, of welcoming in the Sabbath, on page 130. Lechu neranena, let us sing out and rejoice.
Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, l'Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, l'Adonai. Naria, naria, litzor yishenu nikadma, panav litoda. Naria, naria, litzor yishenu, bizmirot naria lo. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, l'Adonai. Lechu neranena, lechu neranena, lechu neranena, l'Adonai. Page 135. Romemu, 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 Adonai Eloheinu, v'ishtachavu lehar kodsho, kadosh Adonai Eloheinu, v'ishtachavu lehar kodsho, ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu, 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 Adonai Eloheinu. Romemu, 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 Adonai Eloheinu.
So Sukkot is the third of those three biblical pilgrimage festivals when the ancient Israelites would walk their way to Jerusalem and bring fruits, their bounty, to the temple. And the rabbis teach that each of the three holidays actually takes us through a journey of our love relationship with God. At Pesach, we're taught, we started dating God and the Jewish people. Started big, with a gesture, a grand gesture of love. On Shavuot, that moment of receiving the 10 Commandments, of binding ourselves to covenant, that was the ketubah signing, the rabbis teach. So what's Sukkot? The chuppah.
Oh.
It's the chuppah. It's the moment where, as we imagine welcoming Shabbat, the bride enters, where the love is officially blessed. And so we turn to these words on page 138, as we do each week, but especially this Shabbat Sukkot, rejoicing in Shabbat, welcoming it with the same enthusiasm as we might a bride walking into the banquet hall. We'll sing together verses 1, 2, 5, and 9.
Those are them.
Cantor. And it's our custom as we reach that final verse to rise and face the door.
Lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibor echad, hishmianu el hameyuchad, Adonai echad u'shmo echad, l'shem ol tiferet v'litila. Lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala pene Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha
מקור הברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה, סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי. אורי, אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. בואי בשלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
We take a moment to greet one another.
I will say something. Will you start? Yeah, we'll deal with that later. Will you start to just kind of lightly start with this? Just keeping that mood moving forward. Thank you.
So we gather our voices together again, finding our seats and page 146 in the Siddur as we rise together as one community. Baruch Hu, our call to worship, 146.
Yada dai dai dai, 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 yada dai dai dai. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed, le'olam va'ed. Yada dai dai dai, yada dai dai dai, yada dai dai dai, yada dai dai dai, yada
for the moment, grab your seat. And if you took a handout, on one side you see the words, "What a wonderful world." And yes, our world around us, it has fearful things and it has wonderful things. And in Mari Varavim, it turns our eyes to that which is wonderful around us. So let us join in these words, whether you join in English or you join in Hebrew, but let these words of prayer remind us what a wonderful world it is that we live in. I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and for you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. כשאני רואה בחלוני את שמוריק לך וגם לי, אני שר לעצמי, איזה אחלה עולם. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. והיום כה יפה, וקל לי כל כך, לומר שאני אוהב אותך. השמיים חולים, ענן הוא לבן, והבוקר בהיר, ובלילה בשן, ואחלום לעצמי. Try it in Hebrew. איזה אחלה עולם. Baruch atah Adonai, Hama'ariv Aravim. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam.
You may be seated, page 154.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני
Adonai Elohechem, Asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liod lachem le'elohim, ani Adonai Elohechem.
On this holiday of journeying that begins with the moment of the seas parting, on page 157, we read together these words leading us to Michamocha. Please join me. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
Yai dai dai da dai da 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 dai. Yai dai dai da dai da 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 dai. Yai dai da dai dai. Yai dai yai da dai. Yai dai dai dai. Yai dai dai da dai. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mi kamocha ne'edar b'kodesh. No ratehi lo do se pele. No ratehi lo do se pele. Malchutecha ra'u vanecha. Bukei hayam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam. Ze'eli anu ve'amru. Ze'eli anu ve'amru. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed.
So believe it or not, Sukkot is the only holiday in the Torah in which we are specifically commanded to be happy. V'samachta b'chageha v'ha'ita ach sameach, God says. You shall rejoice in this festival and you should only be happy. It's a funny thing to be commanded to be happy. But it teaches us perhaps that at least to some degree, joy is a choice. So as we prepare for our tefillah, for these opening words on 164, and then a few quiet minutes of prayerful reflection, I invite you to think about some of the sources of joy in your life at this season of gratitude, and perhaps some of the ways that you can even more actively keep choosing joy in the days ahead. We rise, page 164.
Adonai, sifatai tiftach, ufi yagid, tehilatecha. Adonai, sifatai tiftach, ufi yagid, tehilatecha.
page 180. Ose shalom bimromav, uya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimromav, uya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ose shalom bimromav, uya'aseh shalom aleinu. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael.
We're going to read a little Torah tonight because, we try to read Torah at least a couple times a month, and especially the second Friday night of the month. I hope this is the second Friday night? Yes, of course it is. And so that's why we're reading a little Torah. On page 362, you know what? Is it possible to get the Kushner family to come help me? You have to open the ark. It's an opening the ark thing. And it's such good bat mitzvah practice. I'm just saying. We rise.
Ein kamocha va'Elohim Adonai, ve'ein kema'asecha. Malchutecha malechut kol olamim, umemshaltecha bechol dor v'dor. Adonai melech, Adonai malach, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai oz le'amo yitain, Adonai yivarech et amo v'shalom. Av ha'ramim hetiv avirtzoncha et Zion. Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim, Tivnei chomot Yerushalayim. Kivecha levad batachnu, Melech Elram benisa Adon olamim. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Lecha Adonai HaGedula ve'Hagevura v'Hatiferet ve'Hanetzach ve'Hachod. Ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz, ki chol b'shamayim u'va'aretz. Lecha Adonai hamamlacha ve'amit na'aseh lechol lerosh.
Kill me if I don't switch the teaching and did it first, right? Is that okay? I'll just let them know.
So do it when?
I'm going to do the teaching right now.
Beautiful.
Okay. Excellent.
Do you wanna
Excellent.
still sing? Want me to still sing?
Yeah, the grateful. It's so nice. It's so nice. Yeah. So you have this little, my God, it's so loud. You have this, I'm not going to use it, but I have to use it, don't I? I have to use it because of all the folks looking on at home. Anyway, so you never know. You never know. So if you have this teaching sheet, so I have a couple extra if you don't have. I think I have a couple more, right? Right, if you have a row and you can share, if you don't have one, you have one of these? No, you don't. You need one of these. Hold on 1 second. Wait a minute. We got one here. Anybody have it? You have? No? You have. You can share. You guys don't have over here, so throw one over here. Please, 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 please. Please. My pleasure. So I did not talk to Rabbi Frankel. I've never met her. And so, no, seriously. So she set me up in such a nice way. So my question was going to be, what is according to the Vilna Gaon, the hardest Jewish mitzvah to follow and to keep? The most difficult. You could think, all right, fasting on Yom Kippur, saving a life. No. You shall have nothing but joy for 7 days. For Jews? Right? So if you count my friend Jordan Goldson, who wrote his rabbinic thesis on, he called it B'nai Kvetch. The 13 kvetchings, complainings of the people of Israel during the, right? So it's a big mitzvah. We are known to be a disgruntled and complaining peoplehood. Not that I'm throwing Jews under the bus, but it's just true. So the reason is we don't understand joy, or we don't understand what Sukkot joy is. And so this is a great 6-minute read on Sukkot joy. Twersky, Abraham Twersky, a rabbi and actually, ironically, a psychologist in Pittsburgh who was the father of the 12-step program in Judaism, says, when asked which of the 613 are most difficult, yes, regardless of what might occur that makes happiness seem impossible, the mitzvah to rejoice requires us to overcome all obstacles. Joy requires hard work. It's a choice. Because there's always a glass half full person in the crowd pointing out, it's, right? But that's not the way we should approach life. We have a choice. So what does it mean joy requires hard work? In essence, and the secret to Sukkot is this. Who here has ever built or been in a sukkah? Built or been in? Okay. Why were you in the sukkah? What were you doing in the sukkah? Exactly. Because what do we do when we get together? We eat. So this is what it's about. You are encouraged to invite people to your sukkah to eat, to share a meal. That fulfills the mitzvah of Sukkot. Why? Why? Aren't you supposed to do a bunch of blessings? No. You sit, you schmooze, you eat. That's the fulfill. Why? Take a look. The next one is exactly the same. You shall have nothing but joy. But what is it about? I'll just actually quote Deuteronomy 16, which is another Sukkot mitzvah. You shall rejoice in your festival with the Levite, the stranger, the fatherless, the widow in your communities, right? So what's it about? It's about knowing joy isn't generated internally. It's generated by you reaching beyond yourself, by you connecting with people who really need that joy. And thus, Schwartz, who's Schwartz? I wonder I quoted Schwartz. I don't remember who it is. You have any idea? There are so many great Schwartzes. I don't know who it is. But you know what? I knew it like 3 years ago when I first used it, and now I don't remember. But I can find it if you want to know. He's a brilliant rabbi. I don't know. It could be Sid Schwartz. Could be Debbie Schwartz. Why don't we go with a woman? I love that. So Moses emphasizes the need to worry about the weaker classes. One does not focus on their private joy, on the abundance of their yield, but rather shares that joy with those who were not able to merit such joy on their own during this time. From what do we get greatest joy? Sharing it with people who don't have it. bringing light to lives that are a little bit dark. That's the gift of Sukkot and the secret to Jewish joy. The Rambam, who is Maimonides, the greatest intellect, maybe the greatest philosopher of Judaism, Middle Ages, in his Mishnah Torah, delineating the laws of all Judaism and reorganizing them, says, one who locks their doors and eats and drinks with their children and partner and does not feed or give drink to the poor and downtrodden, this is not the joy of fulfilling the mitzvah, but rather the joy of one's stomach, and this type of joy is disgraceful. So he comes right out and says it. Passover. What's the biggest mitzvah of Passover? To have somebody who you don't know or has never been at your table. My grandfather grew up in a town where if a stranger came into town, my Zadie, they would argue and fight over having that person at their house for Shabbos dinner. And I remember once, my other grandfather, Solly Serkman, invited 3 people to Passover who I didn't know. And I asked him, probably he lived in a 2-family house, and I asked him the next day, I said, who were those people? And he said, I didn't catch their names. So Solly was at temple. There were 3 people who didn't have a place for Seder. We lived next door to the temple. He invited them. Jewish joy. Last one, Jonathan Sachs really puts it out there. Former chief rabbi of the British Commonwealth, Alav Shalom, died last year, the year before. What it really means to have Jewish joy is the happiness we share, or better still, the happiness we make by sharing. Share your happiness with others and thus serve God. Blessings are not measured by how much we own or earn or spend or possess, but how much we share. What's the one word that we all say when we raise a glass at a joyous moment? What does it mean? No! It doesn't. It's a plural word. It means 2 lives, right? We only share joy when we are connected to the people in our lives who matter most. And so the gift of Jewish joy is knowing we are sharing that joy with others whose hearts will be touched, connecting, punim to punim, and heart to heart. That's the ultimate gift of Jewish joy. Sukkot only lasts 7 days. A more conservative Jew might say 8, but the joy should last far beyond. We celebrate joy tonight by sharing in a joy you can't help but see. First, I'm going to find the place in the Torah because I don't think it's in the right place, or maybe it is. Where is it set? Sukkot. Oh, it's Sukkot, so I'll read a little Sukkot. That's okay. I can do that. As we call on for a really wonderful, joyous occasion. Oh, you're going to do Grateful Dead. That's right. But first,
It's fine.
No. I like this song. It's such a cool. Can you tell me what the song is? I know I can't pronounce his name.
Please don't ask me that question.
It's a beautiful song. That's an affirmation of the gratitude we should feel. So before we read Torah, grateful.
I've got a roof over my head. I've got a warm place to sleep. Some nights I lie awake counting gifts instead of counting sheep. I've got a heart that can hold love. I've got a mind that can think. There may be times when I lose the light and let my spirit sink, but I can't stay depressed. when I remember how I'm blessed. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed, ungrateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed, and duly grateful. In a city of strangers, I've got a family of friends. No matter what rocks and brambles fill the way, I know they will stay until the end. I feel a hand holding my hand. It's not a hand you can see, but on the road to the promised land, this hand will shepherd me through delight and despair, holding tight and always there. Modim, modim, modim anachnu lach. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed, and duly grateful.
Now for Torah. We are grateful because we can celebrate moments and share moments. And so I'm going to call on, I'm going to read a little Torah first, right? So I'm going to call a little, right? So Lisa and Philip, come on up. Is there a yacht here? There was a yacht. There it is. There it is. They're going to stay right there, so give them some room. This.
Come on under the chuppah.
Come right here under the chuppah. Yeah, that was good. That was good. Let's just see. Oh, they're there. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. So I should read. I'm going to read this. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Here we go. Boy, this is smudged.
Very tiny.
Yeah, no, this is very little Torah. Hold on one sec. Let's see where we are. No. Besawacha, no. No. Yeah, or something. Let me see. Oh, no, I'm trying to find Sukkot.
Oh, I think that's over there.
Oh, it's over here?
Because I think she does it.
Oh, all right. What was that? Yeah, but it should be down here. Oh, I'll just do this. It's okay.
Here's it. Adonai, if you want it.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Excellent. I found it. All right, we gotta come let them hold Torah. No, not you. We want them right there. There we go. Bingo. Whenever you're ready.
Baruch hu et Adonai hamavorach.
Baruch Baruch Adonai Havarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Ha'amim V'natan Lanu Et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Vayashkem Moshe Baboker. Moses got up really early. Vayal El Har Sinai Kasher Tziva Adonai Oto. And he went up Mount Sinai as God commanded him. Vayikach biyado shnei luchot avanim. And took in his hand those 2 stone tablets. Vayedet Adonai be'anan. God came down in a cloud. Vayichat Sevimo, standing by him. Vayikra b'shem Adonai, calling out in the name Adonai. Vayavor Adonai al panav. Adonai passed before his face. Vayikra, calling out. Adonai, Adonai, El Rachum v'Chanun. Adonai, Adonai, God compassionate and gracious. Erech apayim v'rav chesed v'emet, boundless in mercy and compassion and kindness and truth. Notzer chesed la'alafim, extending kindness to thousands. Nose avon v'afesha v'chata'at v'nakeh, forgiving sin and iniquity. Lo yinakeh, poked avon avot, but not without impunity, and visiting the sins of the fathers on the children, al banim va'al b'nei banim, and the children's children, al shaleshim ve'al rebeim, unto the 3rd and 4th generation.
Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Natan Lanu Torat Emet V'chayei Olam Nata B'tocheinu. Baruch Atah Adonai Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Mishaberach Avotenu Avram Yitzchak v'Yaakov v'Imotenu Sarv Karchav Leah. May the one who blessed our mothers and fathers before us bring abundant blessing on Lisa Schnapper and Philip Honstein, this bride and groom under their chuppah, still celebrating the gift of their love. As they bring such joy to one another through the gifts they share, may their love continue to grow through the beauty of their relationship. Their kindness and care, the sensitivity and spirit, their love that they bring to one another and bring to life. As their giving to one another radiates light that warms the many whose lives they touch, so may we who celebrate with them long continue to feel that warmth, the radiance of their love. And as their holy union likewise brings blessing to the Holy One of Being, so may God bless them with life's greatest gifts, health and wholeness, the ability, even when a little bit broken, to help heal each other, and the daily inner awareness that in one another they have each found a life partner of purpose there every morning, every night, to help the other know that looking punim to punim, heart to heart, what they see is a sacred reflection of God's image looking back. So every day for decades upon decades, may it be.
Amen. Siman tovu, mazel tovu, mazel tova, siman tov, siman tovu, mazel tovu, mazel tova, siman tov, siman tovu, mazel tovu, mazel tova, siman tov, yehelanu, 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 ulechol Yisrael, yehelanu, yehelanu, ulechol Yisrael, yehelanu, yehelanu, ulechol Yisrael, yehelanu, yehelanu, ulechol Yisrael.
Right here, you're going to be Hagba here. All right? This is the best Hagba Torah ever. It's small. It's small. I like it. Careful that sukkah.
Vizot HaTorah asher sam Moshe lifnei b'nei Yisrael al pi Adonai b'yad Almost. Keep playing. We're almost there. Actually, are we doing Misha before we put the Torah away? Are we doing Misha before we put the Torah away or after? Eitz Chaim hi למחזיקים בה ותומכיה מאושר דרכיה דרכי נועם וכל נתיבותיה שלום השיבנו אדוני אליך ונשובו חדש חדש ימינו חדש ימינו כקדם.
Still with Torah's presence close, we especially call to mind those who struggle against sickness, those whose lives are not whole.
מי שברך אבותינו מקור הברכה לאמותינו, may the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen.
We especially call to mind Paul Millman, Nancy Hanley, Marlo Wiggins, Dick Stone, Harriet Lipton, Hannah Stampleman, Eden Elton, Jody Kahn, Stanley Tereski, Bob Glassman, Andy Rosenthal, Sandy Warshaw, Louis Siegel, June Foreman, Paul Wiggins, Joseph Spinelli, Harriet Katz, Sam Phillip, Pat Ryan, Jerry Gallner, Ian Spear, Julie Ross, Megan Kearney Bailey, Tevya Ben Frimahinka, Dan Zimmerman, Aaron Serkman, Tyler Grad, Karen Levine, Joanne Tobin, Evelyn Silberg, Jonathan Glassman, Shari Benny Shai, Renata Hirsch, Richard Spool, Marvin Weiss, Louise Coleman, Rose Feigenbaum, Abby Satoon, and Michael Schur. Would anyone here add a name in hopes of healing?
מי שברך אמותינו מקור הברכה לאבותינו, bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Amen. Believe it or not, we're still standing on page 586 for the concluding section of our service. Elena.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתקן ולליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם,
ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
How do we best honor those we've lost, those loved ones who are gone from this life? By bringing that love, the love they gave us, the love they implanted in us to life. Merritt Malloy's words speak volumes. When I die, give what's left of me away to children and old men that wait to die. And if you need to cry, cry for your brother walking the street beside you. And when you need me, put your arms around anyone and give them what you need to give me. I want to leave you something better than words or sounds. Look for me in the people I've known or loved. And if you cannot give me away, at least let me live in your eyes and not in your mind. You can love me best by letting hands touch hands and by letting go of children that need to be free. Love doesn't die, people do. So when all that's left of me is love, give me away. We especially remember that love that still lives in our hearts and hopefully our hands. The Yortsites observed this Shabbat of Diane Milstein, Lisa Sklar, Marjorie Block, Edward Nadell, Robert Becker, Richard Lowenstein, Melvin Kushner, Kenneth Weissman-Leachman, Toby Nash, Tessie Carper, Joan Lipton, Stan Nathanson, Jacob Lehman, Richard S. Cowan, Rosalind B. Immerman, Jenya Schwartzberg, Sarah Lynn Schiff-Blatt, Carol Judith Elias, Abram Waldfogel, Bernice Cooper, Monroe Cohen, Sophie Jacobson, Fanny Kahn, Harry Lesser Jr., Pauline Blum, Richard Spear, Astrida Purins, Anne-Marie Maas, Kathy Budzina, Trudy Schwartz, Cy Speckman, Dorothy Futterman, Rose Spiro Lavin, David Bosworth, Ellis Palet, Abraham A. Bernstein, David Backrack, Ruth Cooper, Sophie Stein, Molly Schechter, and Joseph Landau. Would anyone here add a name in sacred remembrance? To those names, we link 5 who recently in the past 30 days, Shaloshim, have been laid to their eternal rest. Erwin Letterman, father of David, Mark, and Evan. Dr. Robert Elias Reamer, husband of Ruth, father of Scott, David, and Claudia, stepfather of Karen, Michael, and Alyssa. Rosalind Polsky, mother of Fran Reamer, along with Beth, Dale Cohen, mother of Romy Kerwin, and Gary. And just this week, Herb Molis, husband of Ellen, father of Ron, Cindy, and Ken, grandfather of 10, great-grandfather of 2. The memories of all of them are with us, along with the offerings of our own hearts, the love that still lives. We share together on page 598 in tribute in words of Kaddish. Yit gadal v'yit kadash shemei rabbah be'alma divrach hirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon v'yomechon u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala v'zman kari v'imru amen Yehei shmei rabbah mevorach le'olam u'lomei maya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei dekudsha berichu le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechamata da'amiran ba'alma v'yimru amen Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen Oseh shalom bimromav hu yaseh shalom Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha. May their memories be for blessing. Amen. Please be seated.
so nice to be here with my fellow LTers on Shabbat Sukkot and a few out-of-towners from Rye and New Jersey. Who knows? Maybe Connecticut. It's crazy. Thank you, Rabbi Serkman, Rabbi Frankel, Cantor Orangel, and David for such a warm service that we can all be so grateful for. Usually when I do announcements, I look to the upcoming week for what's going to happen, and I didn't have to look far. We have a jam-packed weekend of happenings. First, I want to congratulate Sophie and Rafa for becoming B'nai Mitzvah tomorrow to teach us. You're lucky to have Sukkot as your portions, as your Torah portions for all the insights that I read in your drashas and that you can teach tomorrow. Mazel tov to you and to your families. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. we have Hevra, and at 10:30 we have our musical minyan, but it's going to be in the sukkah, so dress for it, and there'll be a little bit of a nosh. Sunday morning we roll into Simchat Torah at 10:15 with a new family gathering in the sukkah. At 11:15 we have a kesher, new student consecration, and then at 6:30 p.m. we have our Simchat Torah celebration with Shir Hadash, the LT band. There'll be dancing, and of course we'll be unfurling the Torah scroll around the sanctuary. Don't miss it. There'll be a special blessing for our 7th graders on their journeys of becoming B'nai Mitzvah, and there'll be a sweet treat after that. On Monday morning at 9, we have a Atzeret Yisker service in the sanctuary. And also, social justice is busy all weekend with postcard writing parties, I think on Sunday and Monday. And social action has opportunities for volunteers for the Hope Soup Kitchen and for the Coachman. And they also have a meeting to learn more. You can find all this on our website, and Shabbat Shalom.
I think I'm going to come back tomorrow.
Did you catch that really cool metaphor? She said, we roll into Simchat Torah. I thought that was so good. that was like, shh, that was good. That was good.
Much to celebrate this
There
weekend.
is. It's going to be awesome. Going to be awesome.
Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, salam, salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam, shalom. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam. Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu, Od Yavo Shalom Aleinu ve'al kulam.